Hello everyone and welcome to our first project video tutorial, or this might be our second depending on which project you're doing, right? So today we are going to be creating or we're going to be starting to create an alien shooter game. So basically how it's going to look like is we're going to have a ship, it's going to shoot aliens, we keep track of score, and once you reach a certain score we win, right? I'm not gonna go too in depth on how to create different levels. That might be in an advanced tutorial. Right now this is a basic tutorial, right? Well, not really basic because there are a lot of steps you need to take. But don't worry, I'm gonna be splitting this video into like 3 or 4 steps. Okay, so this first video, all we are going, no code, literally no code. All we're gonna be doing is setting up our assets, our sprites, our backdrops, our music, our variables. Okay, those 4 things. Okay, so let's get started. First, I want to delete the sprite, right? And I want to get some images. So let's search these things up. Okay, so I want a meteor sprite, right? So let's see, maybe something like this, okay, or this. I already have sprites saved, but I just want to show you like an example, right? So this one does not have a transparent background. So if we save this image and call it example, okay, and then we go here and we upload the sprite, right? And we upload example. As you can see, let's make this backdrop. Actually, let's do the backdrop real quick. I'm just gonna go with the galaxy backdrop, honestly, because they have a pretty good backdrop here, the galaxy one. And as you can see, it's not transparent. So how do we make this image transparent? Okay, this is pretty important. Okay, so you want to go to something called PNG trend. So you can just search this up, or remove background from image, and then there should be Catwing, www.catwing.com. remove background, and I'll link this down in the description. But basically you can upload a video here, or not a video but an image, and we have this, right? And as you can see, we have a backdrop right here. We can just click on the magic wand, click on the backdrop, and we can remove the pixels and make this transparent. Then we can also use the magic wand on the sides right here. I guess the sides are still showing, so we can fix that in Scratch itself. So we have this, and then we can export the image. You might have to sign in. There'll be a watermark right here. It'll ask you to sign in. So just create an account, sign in, remove the watermark, and then download it. And then when we upload example 1, we have our transparent sprite. Okay, so I have a ship sprite and a meteor sprite already ready. So I'm just gonna upload them real quick. Okay, so here it is. Here's my ship sprite and my meteor sprite. They're really big right now because I uploaded them. I didn't change anything. So let's go ahead and let's modify them. Okay, let's go with the ship first. Costume, and then we can go convert to vector, right? I think this is the original setting. Basically you want to select, okay, so we have this. Let's reduce this down to size and keep this somewhere in the middle, right? Like right here. I think this is good. The meteor, of course, is also way too big, so let's convert to vector, take this, reduce it down to size even more, maybe tiny bit bigger. Yes, and let's keep this somewhere here. And now we have our meteor, which is basically our alien, right? So I'm using meteors. You should use aliens of some sort. You know, be creative. So basically, we have to hit the meteors to increase our score. But what are our bullets? Our bullets also have to be a sprite. Now you can of course search up a bullet sprite, and you can use Catwing to remove the backdrop. But I also want to show you can create your own sprite. So let's do that. Let's paint our own sprite. Let's call this lasers. Okay, and let's go to, oh yeah, we're already in costumes right now. Okay, so I want to make a rectangle. Okay, let's zoom in a tiny bit. Well, not that much. I want to make a thin rectangle representing a laser. Okay, I think this is too big, so let me just zoom in a bit and then reduce the size. Make it wider, make it a tiny bit bigger. I think that's good. Okay, and then I also want to fill it. Okay, and we can use this. This is basically a gradient. Okay, so this is a single color, but this is a gradient, and I want to start it off as a really reddish type of thing, right? And then it should go down to a more darkish red type of thing. So red and then darker red, like this. And this makes the bullet look really cool, you know, instead of just a single color. I also want to do something really cool and add 2 bullets, right? So every time the spaceship fires, we shoot 2 bullets. So let me just align this real quick, right? It's not an exact science. And then let's move this tiny bit here, and then we can select both of them together and position them accordingly here. So I think right here makes sense, right? So basically whenever the ship shoots, these bullets just go up like that from where the ship was. If you want, you can just make one big bullet if this is a bit too complicated or if it looks bad, but I'm just showing you different ways you can make your ship shoot. Okay, so you have this. It's a bit, again, it's not perfect, but it'll do. We have all 3 of our sprites. We have a backdrop. Now let's add some sounds. Okay, so how do we add sounds? It's very simple, right? If you go back to the sound skill video, we get a link, YTMP3. We take a YouTube link, we paste it here, we convert it, and then we get a downloaded image. Okay, or not an image, .mp3. .mp3 is basically a sound file. Okay, so once you've downloaded those, and if you need help, you can ask. You want to download an explosion sound for the meteor. You want to download a pew sound for the lasers, and then you want some background music when you're fighting, you know, when you're fighting the meteors in general. Okay, so for the meteors, let's go here. Let's upload sound, and right here I have a boom.mp3, and let's hear it. I feel like that's kind of loud, so I want to soften it. So let's hear that one more time. What about if we make it faster? Yeah, I like that. We don't want the sound effect to last too long, so we'll just do it like that. Okay. Now here we have 2 options. Scratch offers a lot of sound effects, so you can just choose a sound and we can just search a pew here, which is fine. I also created my own pew. Upload sprites. Pew right here. And I like that sound better than, you know, that pixelated sound, so I'm gonna stick with this. Now you might be wondering, why is there a delay here? How do we get rid of it? Remember, we can trim and we can press backspace to get rid of that part. Trim here, backspace. Let's trim a bit more. And I think that's pretty good. You can make it slower or faster, louder or softer. That's all up to you. Now I'm going to show you my background music. So background music should always be within the backdrops itself. So make sure you're in backdrops and delete the pop sound. And then I'm going to upload my backdrop music. Now this is all up to you. Whichever space themed sound sounds cool. You know, I'm into dubstep and EDM. If you don't know what that is, that's like electronic sounds. So maybe this isn't to your taste, but if you like this, then you can use this one, and this will be in the description as well. Okay, so right now it's really loud. So let's hear a bit. it's pretty loud. Okay, so I don't really like that. I want to make it softer. The problem is this file is way too big. It's actually 5 minutes, and you can't really edit things that are 5 minutes. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna find a place where we can cut it to like 2 minutes. I think 2 minutes is fine. I think this is like around 2 minutes. So let me just cut everything here, press backspace. And now we can soften out some of these parts. Okay, so let's soften this part out. Which I like, okay. And let's soften out this part a bit as well. Okay. And then right here I want to add in a fade in effect, you know, and after that the music stops. Kind of like that, okay? And you'll see how the music sounds. I don't want to play the entire music, but you'll see how it sounds like when we're playing it in our final playtest. But this is a 5-minute thing. We cut it down. Here, let's just listen to it for a bit. So basically it starts off like this. You can make it softer too. I'm just gonna keep it here. So that's gonna be my background theme music as it's playing. Okay. So now we've gotten the sprites, we've gotten the sounds, we've gotten the backdrop. Okay. What was the last thing that we said we're gonna do? We are actually going to create our variables. Okay. Now, if you remember what variables are basically keeping track of our game's condition, right? How many lives are we at? What's our score? What is the bullet speed? You know, things like this, okay? So, let's create our variables. First, let's go to our backdrops, right? And let's go to variables. Let's delete this one right here. And let's think. What variables are global, meaning every single sprite should be able to access them? I think lives is very important, right? Like lives should be something that all sprites should be able to access. Lives, right? And I also think that score should be available to all sprites. That makes sense. Okay, so these two are going to be displayed up here, and I think I'm gonna actually display score above lives, right? And remember, these check marks mean which ones are we going to display and which ones are we not. Okay. So inside this meteor, we're going to create a variable called meteor speed. Okay. And only for this sprite will this meteor speed be created for, right? So, and we don't want to display this actually. Okay. So the meteor speed basically is saying how fast will the meteor, move down. Okay. Then for the ship, we actually have two variables. And remember, all of this is going to be for this sprite only. First of all, it's going to be its reload time. How fast does the ship shoot bullets? It's not going to be displayed. And we're also going to say ship speed. How fast is the ship going to move, like left and right? Okay. So ship speed and reload time for the ship. And then for the lasers, what are we gonna have? Okay, so meteor has a speed, ship has a speed. The bullets should also have some sort of speed, shouldn't they? So let's create a bullet speed variable only for this sprite. So let's go over what we've done. We've created the meteor, ship, and laser sprites. We've removed their backdrops using Catwing. We got music using ytmp3.cc, and we searched up some stuff from YouTube. We've added them, we've edited the soundtracks here, we've added a backdrop with its soundtrack, and we've created variables for all three of our sprites, as well as the global, these are called global variables because every single sprite can access them, score, and lives. In the next video, we are going to be creating movement for our ship, and our bullets. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.